Guys, it's been a very long time since I've been in front of the camera. It's been a while and cameraman told me that I should show my face once in a while, so here I am. I'm doing fine. I've just not had the time, or we've just not had the time to film the videos so that I would actually also be in them, but I'm here today. And first of all, I would like to say a huge thank you to all of you for your support. We are over 2,000, I can't believe it, and we are going strong towards 3,000. I'm thinking about a giveaway. I will get back to that soon when I will have a little bit more time to plan it and to think about it, but I think there will be a giveaway to celebrate the 2,000 followers. But until then, we have some more delicious recipes coming, and today we are making a super delicious ultimate chocolate cheesecake with some fresh berries. First, you want to crush the cookies so that you have a fine cookie crumb. Then add the cocoa powder to it and give it a short mix. Then you want to add the cooled melted butter and mix it in well. I prefer mixing with my hands because that way I can ensure that all of the cookie crumbs have been incorporated with the butter and there are no dry spots in the crumb. Then you can test whether you have enough butter in the cookie crumb by squeezing it like this, and if it sticks together, then it's ready. Then you want to cover the baking tin with parchment paper and add about half of the cookie crumb to it and even it out like this and press it hard to make the base of the cheesecake. Then you want to add the rest of the cookie crumb and make the sides of the cheesecake. First, I suggest just to even it out around the edges and then start making the sides by pressing the cookie crumb really hard to the edge of the pan or to the sides of the pan. Then at the end you just want to check all of the sides and the base so that there are no loose crumbs. So now we have the base for the cheesecake ready. It's looking nice and we are going to pop it in the fridge for the time we are making the filling. For the filling you want to start by chopping the dark chocolate. I'm using 70% dark chocolate, and also I suggest to use good quality dark chocolate for the cheesecake because it's going to give the taste for the cheesecake. So I really want a good quality dark chocolate. Then we are going to melt the chocolate. You can do that in the microwave if your microwave has this kind of setting, or you can do that in a water bath. And then you want to leave the melted chocolate aside to cool for a little. Now we are going to start with the filling. I have here all of the cream cheese and it's at room temperature, and I'm adding the sugar to it and mixing it for about a minute. You really don't want to skip or go low on the time that you mix. You really want to mix it for at least a minute because that is what makes the cheesecake really soft. So you can see here how the structure of the cream cheese has already changed. It's really soft and creamy compared to how it looked when we just started. Now I'm gonna start adding the eggs. I'm using 2 egg yolks and 2 whole eggs, but you can also use 3 whole eggs. You want to add the eggs one at a time and mix for about a minute after each addition. Once you've added all of the eggs, you can add the smetana or the sour cream and again mix for about 1 minute. Now that we've added everything else to the filling, we are going to start adding the cooled melted chocolate, and you want to start adding it in slowly while you're mixing. Once you've added all of the chocolate, mix again for about 1 minute until you have this really creamy and soft filling. We are not adding anything else to this filling because the chocolate will help the cheesecake to set. So then remove your cake tin from the fridge and pour the filling into the cake tin. Then you just want to smoothen it out a little and it's ready for baking. The detailed baking instructions can be found down below in the description box from the link to my website. There are a couple of tricks for getting this cheesecake really creamy. I'm not going to explain that here now. You can see some of those, but you can check all of the details on my website. Once you remove the cheesecake from the oven, you want it to cool to room temperature before you store it in the fridge. I baked the cheesecake yesterday and I've cooled it for overnight, so about 12 hours in the fridge, maybe even longer, so from 12 to 24 hours. And now I've had it in room temperature for about an hour and I'm gonna remove it from the cake tin. Now I will make the chocolate glaze that will go on the cheesecake. So I'm gonna measure equal parts chocolate. I have 70% cacao chocolate here, so 50 grams of chocolate. And also 50 grams of cream. And you want to measure the cream, so you want to weigh the cream rather than just measure it with a cup or something like that. So you need to weigh the cream. Previously, whenever I've made this kind of glaze or ganache, I've always heated the cream on the stove until it reaches like before it starts boiling. So you want to get the cream steaming but not boiling, and then you just add it on top of the chocolate and leave it to stay for about 30 seconds, and then you start mixing it in and the chocolate melts. But I saw just recently on Cupcake Gemma that she did that in the microwave. So she heated the cream with the chocolate slowly in some intervals until the chocolate melts. So now I do it that way as well, because I think it's just so much easier than heating the cream separately. So that's what I'm gonna do now. So once the chocolate has melted, you want to give it a mix. Just check that it's all well melted, and you want to have this kind of a smooth chocolate ganache, or I don't know, chocolate glaze. So now the chocolate is ready, and I'm just allowing it to cool a little bit. And I also have prepared some whipped cream with vanilla. So just some regular double cream with vanilla, and I've put it in a piping bag with this open star nozzle. I will I will mention that in the description box, because I always forget the names of the nozzles. Then I've also prepared some strawberries and some blueberries and raspberries, but you can use any berries that you prefer. So now I'm just gonna pour over the chocolate, and the easiest way to smoothen it out is with this kind of a spatula. And now I'm just gonna pop it in the fridge for about 5 minutes so that the chocolate has a little bit of time to set, and then we will continue with the cream and berries. So if I had more time, I would wait for the chocolate to set just a little longer, but because we're in a rush to a barbecue, I'm just gonna decorate it with the cream now. And here you can be creative, you can decorate it the way you would like. I'm just gonna make a braid around the edge of the cheesecake. And now I'm just gonna add berries on top. So if you've just washed the berries and they're still quite wet, then you want to dry them before placing on the cake. Also, I will be removing the green bits of the strawberries and then just slicing them into two. So halving them actually to put on the cake. With decorating the cheesecake, you can be really creative. You can add other berries, or you can leave the berries out, or you can also add some fresh mint leaves with the berries. I didn't have any at home at the moment, so I didn't add those, but I think that would also look really pretty. Also, I would only add a little bit of berries around the cake, because it makes it just easier to cut the cake, but then you can serve with some extra berries if you want. I hope you enjoyed watching this delicious ultimate chocolate cheesecake recipe, and if you did, don't forget that thumbs up for support. and subscribe for some more delicious recipes. Thank you for watching my video. Bye bye until next time.